St John's Parish in the Gorbals has long had the name of being the most Irish parish in Glasgow, though it's beginning to change as the plans for slum clearance get underway. The local curate, Father Noel Woods, is, like most of his parishioners, the descendant of Irish immigrants.
As you see, it's very broken down, this part of the parish, because of the redevelopment. On the left here you have the Jewish synagogue. At one time the Jewish population was very big in this part. Next to it you have their hall, which has been brought over and is used by one of our Irish groups to bring show bands over. On either side you have the tenement buildings with the closes, as we call them, and each close would have something like 3 stairs on it, 3 landings, and in each landing there would be 3 families living very close to one another, and with an outside toilet and no bathroom facilities.
They're awful looking on the outside. Are they as bad inside?
No, many of them are very nice inside. The people have made a big effort, and despite the fact that there's not a straight wall in the house, they've managed to paint and paper them and do them up very nicely indeed. An awful lot depends on the individual. Some of them, you could eat your dinner off the floor. Others, pretty ghastly. Well, this is the new Gorbals we've now come to, and this is the development that has taken place in the last 10 years or so, from the old drab tenements to these.
And do they still have that sense of camaraderie and friendship together that they had in the old tenements?
They say that it's not present the way it was in the old tenement buildings, because though the houses will be 24 stories high, you are cut off very much from your neighbour. Each house is a compact unit in itself, and so you no longer go out of your front door, take 2 steps and be at your next door neighbour's front door.
Well, has their style of living changed since they moved into
yes,
these?
they've got indoor central heating in the houses, indoor bathrooms and toilets, something that in many cases they didn't have in their old houses.
What about their Irishry or their attachment to the church? Has that also changed?
No, I wouldn't think so. It's still a very strong Irish in the Donegal area, and has always been considered so. You can see that from the names of the public houses even. There's one there called the Blarney Stone. You've got other ones with Irish names, and these really are the meeting places of the men.
So the people that live in the new Gorbals go back to the old pubs in the old Gorbals?
Yes, and they even come from the suburbs to come back to the places that they knew so well.
When these new areas get, when these old tenements get knocked, will there in fact be play space around for children?
It is hoped to have play space for the children, but there's never enough space really for the children. But most of the schools have a football field and a play field attached to the building itself, so they're not so badly off, and these are open in the evenings for the children to use.
Forward to me now. Right back. Shoot, shoot.
The schools in St John's Parish open their assembly halls as well as their playgrounds in the evening for the children of the locality. Monday night is Irish dancing night. There's an instructor, a traditional fiddler, and a faithful attendance of young Irish dancers, most of whom have never seen Ireland in their lives.
Sure. Now, ready now. First of all, close the feet now, boys. That's the, now open out, close, open out, right foot pointed, left, left. Oh, somebody doesn't know the difference. Now the right foot. Now for the step we got last week. Remember 1/2? The half tonight, that makes one.
The Catholic schools in Glasgow were built quite literally with the pennies of the poor. Children paid a penny a week in the lower standards, 3pence or 4pence in the higher ones, to meet the running expenses. On Sundays, a second collection was taken up at Mass to pay for the costs of building. At first, the government gave no help at all to the schools, and as a result, the children of the Irish immigrants were often very poorly educated. But 50 years ago, there was a change in the law, and the government undertook to pay all the building and running expenses of the denominational schools. Today, the Catholic children of Glasgow have some of the finest and best equipped schools in Europe. But old habits linger on, and many of the children of central Glasgow still leave school at the first opportunity and follow their fathers into labouring jobs in the construction and transport industries.